Hey everybody, it's old Pappy. Thanks for tuning in for another gameplay video. This time I'm going to be checking out the test server and specifically looking at the Nemesis. Now the Nemesis is part of the Greek gods pack of robots. They're on the test server now, but I think they're probably almost ready to go live. I think they're just doing a last few minutes of tweaking before they put them on the server. And if you look here, the Nemesis is one of these robots of the Greek god pack that have these built-in weapons. And so basically what happens is you have an ability, you push it. This one is called Retribution. You push it, it creates a shield, an invulnerable shield. Nothing can get through this shield. And the idea is that after a few seconds of the shield being on, if people start to shoot your shield, it actually powers an internal built-in weapon. Now, in this case with Nemesis, it's actually, the way I describe it is like it's sort of a longer range Exodus, if you will. It's a rocket system that has a 500-meter range, and the damage that it does depends on whether or not someone's shooting your shield or not. It has a base level of damage, but it gets stronger the more people shoot you. And so, of course, if you're going to be facing these Greek gods, these beasts of a robot, then when they go shield up, you've got to stop shooting them. It's counterintuitive to everything you think about whenever you see someone who brings up a shield. You think, oh, well, I can just knock it down, I'll whittle it away. If it's an energy shield, maybe I can shoot it with projectiles or whatnot and wear it down. But in this case, it's actually the wrong thing to do. If you start shooting that shield, it will power up the internal weapon and make it stronger. And you'll basically be part of the reason why you die at the end of the day. So anyway, I just pushed the ability button. You see the rockets are firing out there. Now, the cooldown for the rocket weapon on the Nemesis and its shield ability is actually quite fast. It's only about 8 seconds, I think. That's a huge difference than the other two Greek gods that are part of this trio of Greek gods robots that have come out. You're looking at Nemesis here. It's pretty fast. You know, I mean, it's kind of funny because it almost has the shape and feel of a Fury in a way. I mean, it's nice and big and bulky and looks substantial, but it's quite nimble on its feet too. Now, you see, I just got locked down there, and I guess one of the things about this robot, what I'm trying to figure out, and you'll see a bunch of different configurations, is what are the weapons that are best suited for this robot? Because it only has two weapon slots. It has 2 medium slots. Of course, it has the built-in weapon. But the question is it a brawler? Is it a mid-range bot? Is it a long-range bot? Like, what is it that Pixonic wants us to do? How does Pixonic want us to outfit this robot? You know, a lot of times when you see the robot descriptions, they'll give some helpful hints of how they think that the robot should be set up, and sometimes that makes sense. You know, sometimes you can take their advice and it works out great. Sometimes, though, you see a configuration, it's suggested to you, and then you're like, oh, that's not good at all, man. Like, that's horrible. So I'm just trying to see what's going to work here. Now, obviously, this is kind of a funny map, too. Ice Map's a funny one because it's really a camper's map. You know, the opportunities to brawl, unless you're going to either get right up into the enemy spawn or go straight for the middle, there's a lot of challenges ahead of you if you want to run brawling style weapons on a robot like this, especially one that does not have stealth and it does not have jump, and you have to rely on this shield. And I have to admit, the shield for the Nemesis is not as strong as the shield for the other 2 robots, namely the Ares and the Hades. They each have shields that are, at least anecdotally, when I play them, they feel a lot stronger than the shield that I'm seeing here. And so I'm trying to figure out what is the best use of this robot. And so I have a couple Coronas, which are medium lockdown shotguns. You just saw my special ability weapon pop up. It didn't do a whole heck of a lot of damage. I'm going to be interested to see what Pixonic actually does based on feedback from the test server, because, you know, it's not devastating. It's not a devastating weapon. Look at it, it's coming up. I'm shooting that guy's shield. I'm actually making him more powerful. And I'm not nimble enough to get away from these guys. And there you go. I get taken down. So, is it a brawling weapon? or a brawling robot. I mean, is that is that what it's best used for? It's hard to say. I mean, obviously everybody here is going to have to try, try different configurations, see what you like, what you don't like. Now I got a couple pulsars on it. Let me see here. What about pulsars? Well, pulsars are medium versions of these lockdown weapons. A lot of you probably already have them now. They've been out for a few weeks. This one has 600-meter range. It's actually quite an effective weapon, especially running 4 on a Spectre. It can take your health down quite fast. The reload is only 5 seconds, so that's not bad. And the thing I like about it in terms of pairing it with the Nemesis is that the 600-meter range pairs fairly well with the 500-meter range of the built-in weapon. You only got about 100 meters difference there, and so in terms of gameplay, you can actually kind of picture how you might start to whittle a guy down, lock him down from 600 meters, and then you can scoot forward. You can unleash your missiles. Hopefully they'll start shooting your shield and make them more powerful. And then you can, by that time, theoretically your pulsars are probably reloaded and you can go at him again. So let's see here. I'm going to come after this guy here. The guy in front of me just got locked down. Am I going to, I got my shield up. It's protecting me from getting locked down, which is lucky because this guy could easily do some damage if he had caught me there. Now I got 3 seconds left before I can do my ability again. That is one thing I like about Nemesis. The reload, or cooldown, if you want to call it that, the cooldown for the weapon is actually really short. I don't remember if it's Ares or Hades, but one of them has like an 18-second cooldown. Like that's quite long, actually. That's like waiting for a griffin to jump or something. It's you can only use it a handful of times in a match. So, the nice one about this is that if you find yourself in a jam, and speaking of finding yourself in a jam, what is this guy doing? I think he must have went off to make himself a sandwich or something here. Look, the brother's just sitting there. Either that or he's super overconfident, one or the other. Anyway, guy must be in, maybe it's a bathroom break, who knows. Sorry about that, fella. Anyway, it's not looking good for the other team. I don't even know where they are. It looks like we killed them all. There we go, boys. Shoot them up. Have a good little blast. Some good teamwork on the test server. Let's see here. Game should be over. There we go. How'd I do for damage? I don't know if I did a lot of damage. Yeah, I did about 400 and some thousand damage there, so the damage output really wasn't a whole heck of a lot there. I'm going to try a different map now, so I'm going to head on over to Dead City. Got my Scourges equipped, and the idea I'm going to try here is, the question is, will this robot perform better on a smaller map, on a brawling map? Truth be told, is this robot even suited for brawling? That's really the question. And I just have a sneaking suspicion again that because the built-in weapon is 500 meters, it really is an indication to me that Pixonic is expecting players to kind of hang back a little bit with this, play more of a mid-range game. Yeah, so see what happens here. I get locked down. I come around the corner. I don't have any stealth. I can't jump. I can't dash to safety. I do have my shield, but my shield is so weak that within a few seconds it drops, and then suddenly the guy just turns around and hammers me. So, I think if I had stayed back in those Scourges there, it would have been fine. I just wanted to kind of go up and test that. So let's try it again. This time around I have Orcans, which have 300-meter range on them. And again, the idea is this a brawling weapon and robot combo that will work? Or is this really a robot that is best suited to kind of hang at the back of the map, or at least the mid-range of the map? And so far, not so good for any type of close-range brawling. Let's see here. I go up a little bit closer in this guy, try to hit him with my orcs. Again, the 500-meter range for my missile weapon that pops up. And didn't seem to do too heck of a lot to these guys. They're both still alive. Come around the corner here, and I'm going to try to close distance. I'm firing at them, but I know my orcs are 300-meter range, and the guy's hiding up over the other side of the ledge, and kind of hard to hit him. And here comes Mr. Smart Guy trying to take me out, and I turn my shield on, and look at that. I didn't even do enough damage. I'm hitting him with those rockets, and it didn't even do enough damage to kill him. And oh man, I don't know, fellas and ladies, this is not looking good, is it? Let's try this Scourge again. I have another one set up. We'll come around the other side. So far, the left-hand side's been pretty unlucky for old Pappy here. Let's come around the other side and see if we can hit somebody across the middle. Let's see, what's this guy doing over here? Is he in range? Getting there. Oh, maybe he'll stick his head out here and want to say a little hello here. We'll see what happens. Come on over. Come on, let's go. Let's get some up here. Come on over. No. Boy, is there a bunch of little turtles back there. They're all hiding on us now. Well, let's see. The only solution, the old Pappy's theory, is if they're not going to come to you, then come to them. So why not we all just pop up here, try to lure them out of cover. I'm hitting this guy pretty good, and yeah, see, he's throwing some heavy spirally style aphid style weapons at me there. So he's going to do that sort of hit and hide. Yeah, they're really testing them out, aren't they? They're just kind of tossing. You can see the red glow of the weapons flying up and over the rocks there. So I'm going to come back with my shotguns, but you know what? So far, not so good. It's not really working out to try to make this into a brawling robot. You know, it's funny because with the other two robots, the Ares and the Nemesis, I found both of them to be quite good at brawling, especially the Ares. It's the one that has the 4 laser machine guns that pop up. And I found that you can, you know, especially if you put lockdown weapons on it, you can kind of lock your opponent down and then start marching toward them. Chances are they'll fire, turn on your shield, it'll power up your shield, and then just unleash hell on them. And that seems to work pretty good. Poor old Nemesis here, it's just like kind of like the bulky cousin of the other two, and it's a bit slow, and the shield doesn't last very long, and boom, I'm dead again. I'm down to 1 robot. Now, I'm going to try to come back. See that guy who just gave me a nudge? That's the Ares. You can see the blue laser weapons on its back. They pop out when it activates its special ability. And I'm going to come back with these pulsars and see if I can make any kind of difference whatsoever. Again, 600-meter range for the pulsars, so I don't necessarily have to get up into people's faces here to do some damage. See that guy hiding behind a rock there. See if we can get somebody to come out here. These guys are playing really cautiously. I got to tell you, one of the things about me, you know, when I'm playing my normal account, you know, sometimes I'm a brawler at heart, so I'll just go head first into danger every single time. I know it's dumb, but whatever, it's fun. I hate kind of hanging in the back of the map doing nothing all day. Probably shows in my win rate because I get killed an awful lot because I basically never play clan. I'm always solo, and I'm always facing full clans and champions. A lot of them all on comms and working together. But you know what? I like brawling. I like getting up in people's faces here. And so, you know, we're up on beacons. It's 4-1. I think I'm going to try to test this guy out. I'll come up a little bit closer, go right into the middle with my pulsars, and see if I can lure somebody out. You know, I don't want to sit around the back of the map and bore you to tears here just by playing the safe game. So we'll come a little closer. Said the spider to the fly. We'll see if we can get this guy to come on out. Got him locked down. There we go. And I can get my weapon going. There we go. It just popped up. And can I get this guy? He's got Hydra, so I'm going to take this other guy on instead. He's got shock trains. He's a bigger threat, although he's got his shield. Now look at that. Isn't that interesting? I just hit the guy with my built-in weapon, and it basically did nothing but scratch his paint. Oh, look at that. I just got my supply drops. Wow, good times, man. Just like winning the lottery. I guess after the game I'll be collecting my winnings. But anyway, looks like this game's almost over. I'm going to try to kill this guy before he gets me. Oh, he got me one more time. Geez, I'm getting it from all sides. And let's see, can I get him before the game's over? Yeah, there you go. Got him. Well, there you have it. Some Nemesis gameplay from the test server. If you like what you see, as always, click subscribe, tell your friends, and until next time, see you on the battlefield.